time, a dish with D. That's me. Thank you on this video, making yourself a priority. I am Denise. Here is a fun what's D cooking in the kitchen. We got some meal ideas for you in here. There's some breakfast, some lunch, some dinner, I think. I don't remember. This is filmed over like the last 10 days. So we're going to start off with a Dubai ref. You know, the Dubai, I made a low calorie one that is just, in my opinion, healthier than the regular, but it's always a varying opinion. So I'll have that, and the recipe will be linked down below on dishwithd.com. So without further ado, let's roll some of that fun meal ideas. Alrighty, I wanted to make something, a later version of the Dubai filling, which is the katafi with the pistachio cream and stuff like that. But they don't fit into my plan. So my pistachio cream is going to be some cottage cheese I'm going to whip up, mixed with some pistachio sugar-free pudding, and maybe a shot of pistachio skinny syrup. We'll see how it goes. If you're watching this, then I liked it. And I'm also going, it's for my katafi, which is the phyllo dough that's shredded and sauteed or buttered and, crisped up. I'm going to use some shredded wheat. It's a stretch. But once I get that crunch and that sweetness, I think I will like it. But what we'll do is and when I'm not combining the two unless I was going to use it all, because I feel like it would get soggy. So like if I want to make this filling and stuff like French toast with it, or just put on top of yogurt. Now, could you sub out yogurt for cottage cheese? Sure you could. I think that would work as long as it's good yogurt. But yeah, I don't have quite a full container. I have like a little bit missing. I didn't feel like opening a new one, so we're going to work with what we got. So I'm going to get my immersion blender, and I'm going to whip up my cottage cheese. Now you could use ricotta, but I'm going to try to do it in the container with my immersion blender. We'll see how it goes. I'll let you know. Should work. Work perfectly with the immersion blender. I'm going to take this out. Let me just get this all cleaned off because I want to get all that cottage cheese off. We're going to add our pistachio pudding mix. I'm not sure how much I need, so I'm just going to be like measuring it and stirring it. We'll see. Like I said, this isn't a full container. It's like almost a full container. I'm sure the whole thing would probably be necessary. We'll do 2 tablespoons, and we'll see how that looks. I can always add more. Also have my pistachio syrup that I got at TJ Maxx, I think it was TJ Maxx. Yes, it actually smells really good. I'll give this a stir. Combine that. It's already looking green and beautiful. I think 2 tablespoons is enough. Again, if you want to add more, you can. I'm just going to put a little slug of this. Maybe half a tablespoon. This syrup smells really good. Look how thick it is. I'm going to put a couple of sweetener packets in here again. Totally optional. You can taste it. I just feel like I want mine a little bit sweeter. And then probably a little shot of salt. Just my personal preference. Okay, so it's nice and thick. Look at that. Look at that. I don't know if the camera picks up how green this is, but she's pretty green. You see how green she is? So our filling is complete. We still have some pistachio left. Put that back in here. And let's get our shredded wheat. Again, you pick as many biscuits as you want to count, and we're going to cook them up. Personally, I think I would prefer making them fresh when I want to use them. It's just something I like. I mean, you do you, boo, but I'm going to probably pick out a point's worth, maybe. We'll see how that looks, because this is information. These do not have any sugar in them. Zero sugar, zero added sugar, 7 grams of protein, 200 calories, 48 carbs for the serving of 29. We're not using 29 biscuits. I think we might use 6. So I'm gonna get these out and get them crushed. Start crushing. It's 1 point's worth of shredded wheat. I feel like it kind of looks like kataffe, maybe a little bit healthier. Again, you want to use 2 points worth, you can, because if it doesn't matter how many points you have, what you want to spend. You want to get it all the same size. You don't need chunks. Okay. All right, now we're going to grab a little bit. All right, I have 1 point worth of light butter. I'm going to melt in my pan. When that's melted, we probably could have used less than that because, well, we want it buttery though, don't we? What the heck? 1 point. So we're keeping it low. Again, this is a little sweet treat. It's a filling. Now you could put this filling anywhere you want. I'm not going to judge. Like between French toast would be really good. Top of yogurt, little treat. You could just like make a parfait with it. We're just showing the method of the filling. Then you can decide where you want to put it. Now, if you wanted to melt some chocolate and make a Dubai bar, you'd have to, of course, use more filling. And I would still be way better in macros than anything that you could buy. So I'm melting that. And we're going to toast up our kataffe, aka shredded wheat, right in there. Get it all nice and toasty. Put a little bit of salt because things taste better with a little bit of salt. I'm going to show you me toasting it. All right, now you could probably spray your pan with butter spray if you wanted. I'm going to save a point there. But I don't use those sprays on these pans anymore. See how she's toasting up? We could sprinkle a little sweetener on there if we wanted at the end. Also, I'm going to put a little bit of this on because this is 0 points. I can put a couple sprays of that just to toast up. So, like I said, this does not take long because the cereal is already toasty. You just want to give it a little bit of flavor. And this, like I said, I would not make this part ahead of time. I think it's, I don't know how well it would stay. Doesn't take long though. I mean, it's really almost done. We have our little kataffe, aka our shredded wheat, all nice and toasted. You could put some cinnamon on this. Do I have cinnamon right here? I think I do. I think I will. Again, because I'm sitting in front of me. Might not go with your recipe, but I don't think you can go wrong with a little bit of cinnamon. It smells good because it's nice and warm. So we have our filling. We have our kataffe. Now we need some melted chocolate. I'm going to melt down a couple of lilies because I don't want it covered in chocolate. I just want a little chocolate accent. Now, you could just use the Hershey Zero Sugar chocolate and squirt it on top of me. Done with it. I probably would have done that if I had it, but I don't. So we're going to go the old school way and melt me down some lilies. But we've got to figure out what we're going to put our Dubai topping on. Maybe just a plate. Let's taste it. See how the combination works with the pistachio, the chocolate, and the shredded wheat. I'm going to melt some lilies and we'll be right back to make a little situation. Shall we put her together? This is just a filling. Remember, you can eat it like this, or you could put it into something or whatever. So I have about probably a 1/4 cup of the cottage cheese. It looks fluffier because it's thicker. So that amount of pudding mix really won't matter. I just worry about the cottage cheese. So we're going to put that down. We're going to put our kataffe, which is our, I can put a little like that. Should I use all of it? Why not? Because it's, if you've ever had Dubai chocolate, you really get to taste this. So we'll do that. Now, in Dubai, it's mixed. So we're going to mix it into the pistachio, because that's how it's in the bar. When you make a Dubai chocolate bar, the kataffe is mixed into the pistachio cream. So we'll do that here. Okay. And then we're going to put I have a point's worth of Chalk Zero. You could put strawberries because apparently that's a huge thing now, is making strawberries. So we do have, let's save some of this chocolate. Let's grab a strawberry because, you know, I'm into that. Have our strawberries. Because that's the latest thing now, is this Dubai and strawberry. Now you could add more chocolate if, you know, again, I definitely think you could afford it, personally. I would add more chocolate. I'm going to put the rest of the chocolate here. It's getting a little bit cold. But I think, quite honestly, this is going to taste pretty good. I'm going to heat these back up. And there you have it. Dubai strawberry parfait, or you could use this filling like a chocolate over the place. I'm a mess. Let's see if she passes the Dubai test. I mean, I'm thinking she's still going to be tasty. Will she be as like the Dubai? I doubt it, but look at that. Points. 3, 4 at the most. Can I tell you a girl's genius? This is banging, and my chocolate all my teeth. But now you could use yogurt instead of the cottage cheese, would probably lighten it a little bit. It's a little bit heavy, but it's high in protein. Well, you still have protein with the yogurt as well. It's extremely good. I'm extremely happy with it. I love it with the strawberries. Like I said, put this between French toast. Maybe drizzle, then you put the chocolate over everything. It's cottage cheese, it's pudding mix, it's shredded wheat, but altogether, it's a Dubai dupe. So we Dubai duped it. Ladies and germs, I got you like Dubai. Just saying. The queen has returned. The dupe queen, the hack mistress. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy this. You're welcome. Alrighty, fun breakfast idea. I've never made this before, but I had this leftover marinara sauce from dinner the other day, and I thought, I always see these things called eggs in purgatory, which is just basically eggs poached in tomato sauce. And I've never made it, and it sounded really good. My only problem is I don't have anything to dunk in there. It says you can serve it with crusty bread or like a crusty potato. I don't have any bread. I don't have any good bread around, so I don't want to use the other bread. So I'm just going to have them plain. But you could serve it with like a crispy hash brown or some salt. If I had thought, maybe I would have cooked up a potato, but I'm not doing that now. Plus it's late anyway, so I just want to poach my eggs in my tomato sauce. I'm going to show you that. Like I said, it's something different. I think it's interesting. If you like tomato sauce, I think you might like this. We're going to try this together. I do have a little lid that's not big enough for the pan, but it's covering the eggs so they cook, and then I guess they have to be cooked through. I guess I should look that up. Yeah, they wouldn't be hard boiled. They would have to be like a little bit runny. But with the spicy marinara, that would be good over like maybe even a cauliflower rice or any kind of rice. Do I have rice? I don't have rice either. This is spur of the moment. I don't know. Again, this is one of those mornings where it's getting late. I don't know what I feel like eating. I'm just not in the mood for anything. Not in the mood for anything. And I'm like, I need to eat. It's getting late. It's 10 o'clock. So I thought, oh, eggs in purgatory. I've been wanting to try it, so let's see what it looks like. All right, I have it in my little fry pan, and I have my sauces, probably a little more than a half cup of sauce in here. But again, my lid is too small, but it is what it is sometimes. So I put 2 eggs in there, if you could steam. And look at, they're probably almost done. I may flip them just to make sure they're, I don't like runny white. So I'm gonna flip them over. All right, there is our eggs in purgatory. I do believe it's also called shashuka. I think I've seen that online as well. So there we have it. And I'm gonna serve with a side of some found leftover sauteed zucchini, peppers, and asparagus. So there we go. A little bit more. Let's see if we can. I think mine cooked a little bit too much, but I'm fine with that. I don't think I really wanted yellow runny in my tomato sauce. So let's give her a taste. Yeah, I was not looking for the yellow. Maybe it's just me. Okay. Oh no, this is really good. Something different. Again, I've never made this before. It's 0 points because I use my homemade marinara, which is 0 points. You should not be paying points for sauce because sauce does not need to have sweetener in it. So yeah, I'm going to put my veggies in there. I'm going to have at it for a 0 point breakfast. That's got some good protein, some good fiber, and waste not, want not with some marinara sauce. So there you go. Something totally new I've never made. Make a good lunch as well. Something different. You know, sometimes, again, look at me. I'm bored. I'm like, I don't want this. I don't want that. What can I do different? Cook eggs and tomato sauce. Again, you might like it runny. I was just a little leery about that. Now, I will say it is a, let me think I'll show you. It is a soft boil, so it is still a little bit soft, but a little bit of Parmesan cheese on top. So there you go. Like I said, if you have bread or potatoes, crispy potatoes are probably really good with this too. French fries, because you just love dipping French fries in tomato sauce. Mozzarella sticks. Okay. That is it for this fun new breakfast idea. There you go. Who knew? Shashuka, or eggs in purgatory. And of course I put a little bit of hot pepper flake because that's why it's called purgatory. So that is it for today's fun recipe. All right, wanted to share. That was probably one of the best things I've eaten in a very long time. That was really good. Now, what I'm going to reiterate, I like my fingers, is you make divots in the sauce to put the eggs. I don't know if I mentioned that. So make little, like, with the spoon, the back of a spoon, just put like little, you know, little area and then crack your egg in there. I can't believe how good that tasted. So again, something totally new. I've never tried, but absolutely loved. And I did put a little bit of hot pepper flake, but you don't have to. But while we're here, we're going to do a tasting. I was at Grocery Outlet. Yeah, it was a Grocery Outlet. And I can't remember, either these were 50 cents or $1. I feel like they were 50 cents. It is lemon perfect in the flavor of watermelon. Where's that at? Where's our watermelon? There's so light, I can't even see it. I've never had watermelon. I got two. I got watermelon and coconut. We'll taste coconut later, maybe tomorrow. But I wanted to taste watermelon. I'm thinking, I love lemon perfect. It is such a really delicious water drink. It's not seltzer, so it's flat. I call it flat water. It's not charged, but it's so good. I think they still say like a half organic lemon in each bottle. I can't read. Delicious and refreshing enhanced water beverage. Full flavor with 0 sugar, half a squeezed organic lemon in every bottle. No artificial flavors. In fact, the bottles are bigger than I remember. 5 calories per bottle. 2 carbs, probably for the, whatever the juice is in there. Okay, so. Oh, she smells good. She smells good. These are good. This is good. We have to go back down there. I only got one. I have to try the coconut before I go back down because I probably will get both. But oh my gosh. 10 out of 5. This is how good this is. Wow. There's a lemonness to it and there's a watermelon, but it's not a, oh my gosh, that's really good. There you go. New fun drink find from Lemon Perfect. No, I was on a real big kick of this a few years ago because I was able to get like cases of it really cheap. I haven't seen much of it lately, but I do still love it. So I'm still a Lemon Perfect fan. So yeah, delish. The approved. All right, here is a fun lunch idea. I have some shredded chicken breast. Probably is about 3 ounces, maybe 3.5. I didn't measure it, but it was shredded chicken breast. It was the end of it. I put a 1/3 cup of cottage cheese, some dashes of Texas Pete's hot sauce, and some ranch seasoning. Mixed it up, put it in the microwave, and we have ourselves a quick and easy, nice and creamy buffalo chicken dip for 1 point for our cottage cheese. If you use fat-free, it'd be 0. And we're going to do a 3-point bag of Quest Salsa Verde chips for 3 points, 19 grams of protein. And we also have protein in our chicken and protein in our cottage cheese. So yeah, this is a nice high protein, delicious lunch. You have to change it up once in a while. Like I say, cottage cheese might not be good out of the container, but put it in there. And if you don't like the curds, if you melt it a little bit more, they will probably dissipate. Quite honestly, it doesn't bother me. But that's going to be my delicious, high protein buffalo chicken dippy lunch today. All right, before we taste our nice warm buffalo ranch chicken dip, did I mention I sprinkled the ranch seasoning? I think I did. We're going to taste these. I realized I didn't taste these on camera yet. These are, I bought these at my protein finds at Target. They're the Quest protein chips in salsa verde. 19 grams of protein, 3 points. I don't want to use the big one because I want to save the big ones for my dip. They're one that's, the days you just want a small chip when you want one. Oh, big. I'll try a big one. Oh yeah, that's salsa verde. It's good. I enjoy it. A little spicy. Salsa verde is naturally spicy, but pretty good there. Give it a 4 out of 5. I'm gonna place the dip on top. I think these are fragile to scoop. This is good. Again, put less sauce. We don't want it spicy, but that's some good stuff. If I had blue cheese crumbles, because why not? Delicious. Easy lunch. Took me all of 2 seconds to make. Buying that prepared chicken helps you out. Gets your lunch quicker because we want to eat. We want to get back to whatever we're doing. You're welcome. Behold, breakfast this morning. She's gorgeous. She is overnight oats. I use the lemon cheesecake. I can't remember what it's called. The lemon premier with half a cup of oats, teaspoon of chia seeds, and a 1/3 cup of cottage cheese with a splash of almond milk to thin it out a little bit. So I topped it with some strawberries, blueberries. There's one little raspberry in there, and a teaspoon of crushed hemp. Comes to 366 calories, 40 grams of carbs. I know, between the fruit and the everything, it's carb heavy. I'm not gonna lie, but you know what? Doesn't mean that the rest of your day can be a little bit lighter if you're a carb person that worries about carbs. 34 grams of protein for my protein lovers, and 6 grams of fiber. Holy Batman, that's pretty good. So that's gonna be my breakfast this morning. Oh, points. Totally forgot to put the points on here. Okay, I can figure this out. I can. 1 for my premier, 1 for my cottage cheese. Everything else is 0. Oats are 0. The amount of everything I used was 0. So it's 2 points, I believe. Yeah, because I didn't use enough almond milk to worry about. So that's my 2-point breakfast this morning. Brunch this morning is getting back on track. It is very veggie forward. We have 2 mini bell peppers, a little bit of chopped onion, a handful of spinach, a half of a zucchini, and the remaining 3 ounces of my homemade chicken sausage, 1 egg, 1/4 cup of egg white, and almost 3 points of avocado. You heard it right. That is my brunch this morning for 3 points. Everything else is 0 points. And I can't wait to dig in. I could afford to put some cheese on there, but I'm happy with the way it turned out. But that is how you get back on track with a very high protein, veggie forward breakfast brunch situation. All right, lunch today, I'm keeping it light. Cucumbers, bell peppers, shredded chicken, radish, a string cheese, and some Aldi tzatziki dip. I'm going to talk about this cheese in a little bit, but I'm going to go have my lunch. 2 points for my dip, 2 points for my cheese, 0 points for everything else, and that's going to be my lunch today. Well, that is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. You guys asked for more like me showing you how to put things together, so I'm trying my best, my lovelies. I'm trying my best. There was a few tastings, I believe, in here as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Any questions about anything, please do in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up. And if you've not yet hit that subscribe button, join us here at Dish with D, where we are making lighter fare. So if you enjoy that, if you want to lighten up some things but not sacrifice taste, join us here. And that is it for me. Like I said, everything will be linked in the respective description box. If you need anything, if I have not linked it or I forgot, let me know. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in a video very soon, my lovelies. Bye-bye for now.